All right, welcome to day 6. I just got let me see if I can get this all in view. I cannot. All of the pieces that we made the other day have had some time to dry out. I also made these test mice. These are going to be for me to test out some different ideas for glazes that I might have materials around the house to make. They're numbered on the bottom, down to number 4. That way I can keep notes about what and see what works and what doesn't. I've got my little kiln here on a stack of bricks to keep it away from the dog. I'm going to load them in there, pack them on in. You can see there's only one coil in that kiln. It goes in one side and down out the other. And there's no switch, there's no on off, there's no controller whatsoever. It just plug it in and it starts. So I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to leave the door or the lid or whatever you would call that propped open a bit and let it candle for a while. Now I did put the pieces in the oven for a couple of hours at 195 degrees just to drive off any more moisture. I'm thinking they look pretty dry. They feel pretty dry. You know, I held them up to my cheek to see if they felt cool anymore, and they don't. Another way to check is to hold a mirror, you know, when they're drying, hold a mirror to the opening a little bit and see if any steam or condensation forms on the mirror, and it didn't, so I'm hoping that's an indication they're dry enough. And I've also got this right here is a cone pack. Now I had to use mini cones because that's the only thing that I have here, so it's not going to be as reliable as if I were using the full-size cones. But what this is this is the coolest. This is the one I'm trying to fire for, and then this one's the hottest of the 3. This is 06, 05, 04. So I'm trying to fire to 05, which I think with this cone is rather optimistic. I'll be lucky if we melt this one. But the idea is to watch these. When this one melts, I know I'm getting close. When this one bends, that tells me it's at that temperature. If this one melts, that tells me I went too high. So this one's the guard cone, so to speak. And so that will be in the kiln as well. And all right, let me start loading it, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, that's what it looks like. It's all piled up in there. Actually, room to spare. So I'm going to see if I can just kind of keep this, you know, cracked open like that. And I have to use an extension cord, which is not ideal, but I'll check on that and make sure that the extension cord isn't getting warm. And I feel it starting to warm up. That's a good sign. And we'll check back in this every hour or so. I'd say after about an hour, I'm going to close the lid the rest of the way. All right, dog tax. Jack, 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 Jack. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here. Oh, who's a good puppy? Who's a good puppy? You know what? You guys have been extra good in class today. I'm going to give you an extra special treat in addition to the dog. Okay, so there's my frog, Wally. I've had him since 1999, so he'll be turning 21 this year. He doesn't do much. Sometimes he'll follow my finger around. Okay, he's a little bit cute. You have to admit. Alright, this has been going since about 1 o'clock, and now it's about 3 o'clock, and you can see it's getting red hot in there. Well, the coils are getting red hot in there. It's still, I mean, it's remarkably well insulated that I can briefly touch it on the outside without burning myself. So far no problems. I don't think I showed you my basilisk before. I used to have a holly tree here and I cut it down and carved this out of the rotting logs just for fun. It's about 4:30 now, and you can see things are really starting to heat up in there. That one, the first cone, it hasn't melted yet though, so we're not even up to cone 06 yet. Just keep letting it fire. It wasn't supposed to rain today. It's now after 6 o'clock, and as you can see, not even the 06 cone has budged. But I'm gonna have to call it for the day because I don't want this to get rained on. I might set this up again tomorrow in the garage. I think it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So I'm gonna use these big heavy mittens and carry this kiln, unplug it and carry it carefully into the shed, and tomorrow we'll maybe try again. So see you tomorrow, and stay well.